Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, JC, and welcome back to my channel once again, and welcome to the 50,000 subscriber Q&A special. And I know I'm looking like Shaggy today. I'm really not sure why I haven't shaved in a while. I've just been practicing streaming, man. Streaming's just been so much fun, and we're getting prepared for DLC 3, which is tomorrow. Like, guys, can you even believe the map's about to come out? Like, I know it's been a very, very long time since the last Zombies map, but I feel like they started the hype train so late and just in such a short amount of time that I feel like the hype hasn't built up all the way yet for it, but it's getting crazy. It's almost here. And I wanted to post this video for you guys today to sort of give you guys something to watch while you're waiting for the map to come out. So if you don't understand what's happening right now, basically around a week ago, or maybe actually 2 weeks ago at this point, we hit 50,000 subscribers on this channel, and 50,000 has not, it's not just an ordinary number for me, right? 50,000 was always my goal when I started YouTube, and that was my, that goal I had in mind, telling myself that if I ever got to that point, I would consider my channel successful. And it's crazy that we're finally here, and I really cannot thank you guys enough for that. I really can't. I've really been sounding like a broken record on this channel lately, so I'm sorry for that, but I can't express enough just how thankful I am that we've gotten so far to this point. And in today's video, I sort of want to give back to you guys. I want you guys to be the host of the questions, because in Things People Say in the other series, it's more like me asking you guys questions that you guys discuss in the comments. But in this video, it's stuff that you guys asked me. So you guys are the host of this one. I'm gonna be trying to answer your guys' questions the best I can. So let's go ahead and get started on your questions. Mr. Nameless says, so how are you doing? Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. DLC 3 is about to come out in a matter of hours now, and we hit 50,000 subscribers, about to hit 60,000 subscribers, and that's just crazy in of itself. So I'm doing pretty good, and this is definitely the highlight of the summer for sure, I would say. But how are you doing? I think that's the question, Nameless. I think that's the question. I'm not sure if you have a name, Mr. Nameless, but tell me in the comments below how you are doing today, sir. I hope you're doing fine. Brazzle Dazzle, I think I said that right, says, would you rather play Transit or Burger Town for the rest of your Zombies career? And I'm not sure how I'm gonna respond to this one, guys. I guess I'm gonna have to say Transit. I mean, it's kind of sad to say that I'm choosing Transit in this case, but Burger Town was just horrible. Like, it was so bad. Like, Burger Town was so bad. I didn't have fun on that map at all. There wasn't a moment at all that I said, oh, this is fun. At least with Transit, when it came out, I had some fun with it. Like, I had fun exploring the cornfields, and I had fun getting on the bus, and just even the denizens attacking you at one point for the first time ever. That was fun at first. So I'm gonna have to say Transit, because there was some fun moments to be had. I don't know. Probably sound like an idiot right now. Adrian Reyes says, how many YouTubers do you know, and did you know any before starting YouTube? Well, I really don't think, I'm trying to think about this, but I don't think I knew any before I started doing YouTube, but I gained a lot of friends, especially just when I started doing zombie content, because I sort of joined this community that was called Zomunity, and Zomunity was basically like a, sort of like a clan almost, not really a clan, it was more like a community channel. It was a community channel. It was a community channel on YouTube. You can actually still go there and see the videos, I think, but Zomunity had a bunch of different directors on it, and I actually got to be a director at one point, and it was me, Johnny J25, if you guys know him, he's rocking it in Zombies lately, and the owner, Action Packed, was another huge inspiration for me in terms of zombies, and he did a bunch of stuff with Black Ops 2 Zombie News back in the day. But Action Packed, Johnny J25, myself, my friend 7K, who does a lot of the graphics for me that you see now, who made a lot of the different renditions of the JC Soda icon back in the day. All those guys I sort of met from getting the opportunity to be in Zomunity, and we sort of had this sort of like team. Like, I mean, we were like a team. We would upload videos to the channel on like an assigned schedule, and at one point Action was the owner, and then he gave John ownership, and I will never understand why I didn't get ownership of the channel, because now that John was the owner, Zomunity really doesn't exist anymore. Freaking scrub, John. I'm joking, John. I know you didn't run it into the ground, buddy. But just, I don't know, like, they were all awesome people, and then I sort of, I guess, branched out from there and got to know more people from that. I know Lex at one point actually uploaded some videos to Zomunity back when it was not as organized as it was when I was in it. Kind of when Zomunity first started, I think Lex and a couple other people had a lot of videos there back when people could just upload whatever and everybody could post videos on it. But I was in it in more of the phase where it was more of like a team, where it was like 5 of us, and we had a set series for each of us that we uploaded. Didn't really last that long, only lasted about a month or so, but it was a lot of fun, and that's how I got to know a lot of the people that I know now, and that's how I sort of networked with a lot of YouTubers that I know now. It all started from getting the opportunity to be on Zommunity, and it's so crazy looking back because I got to be on Zommunity when I was at like 500 subs, which is, it's crazy looking back at it. It's just absolutely crazy, and I will always remember Action Pack inviting me to be on Zommunity. That was an awesome moment for me, and yeah, I know that's a really huge answer, but in terms of how many YouTubers do I know now, a lot. I don't really know a lot as personally as you guys may think. Like, I don't really know Pat. I don't know a lot of these guys as much as you may think. I don't really talk to them much on Skype. The ones I really know the most is Johnny J25, Lex a lot. I know Lex a lot now. Me and Lex talk occasionally from time to time when the man's not asleep. And then other than that, I know Action Pack, I know 7K. I know my friend Jason, who makes Pokemon videos. Jason plays Pokemon. Just so many, man. It's an awesome community, and I would love to meet more. I've, gotten to know some over Twitter a bit. Like, I know Q&Z a lot more now, just from over the past couple of months. We've been talking a lot, but I would love to, get to know a lot more, like, on a more personal level through Skype and stuff. But I just, it's really hard to find time to do that. It's really hard to find time to really talk to people who are so busy, and I'm busy as well. So, I don't know. I hope I can talk with more people and meet more people, but that's the longest answer in the world, but I figured I needed to cover that for anybody who doesn't really know. McGuire Barnes says, how did you convince your dad to be in videos with you? And that's a very good question. That's a very good question. But you know who has the best answer to that question? Not me. Not me at all. So let's go find the answer. Hey, Dad. How did I convince you to be in videos with me?
Well, I really didn't want to do it when you first asked me. But you just kept being persistent. So you kept asking. I finally said yes. And that's kind of how it happened. Kind of asking a girl out on a date. She keeps saying no. But you keep on asking, and finally she might say yes. Who knows?
Thank you for that input. Jonathan says, hey JC, are you a high-key weeaboo like Big Head Bus Lex? That's a very good question as well. I'm not. Personally, right now, as of right now, I don't really watch any animes at all. But I know Lex wants me to. He really wants me to watch Hunter x Hunter because he feels like that's like the perfect anime for me to get into, so I become a weeaboo like him. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. I might watch it and see if it's okay, and if it's good, I may watch more. But I don't know. I don't really think I'm that type of guy. I don't know. Watch other things though. Definitely watch other things. DM Payne says, hey JC, what kind of music do you like? That's a very, very hard one to answer. I think I'm very, very weird when it comes to music. I'm not like your typical guy that like knows music and knows all genres and knows all these bands. Like, I really don't know song names or band names for that matter at all. Like, I really don't. Like, I grew up listening to Linkin Park in my car every day. I have a Linkin Park CD. It's in my car. I still play it to this day. And that's what I listen to. I listen to Linkin Park. I listen to like drum and bass stuff. I listen to a lot of like, electronic stuff like Madeon and things like that. Definitely a lot of game music as well. I mean, Sonic music is the best of all time. Definitely, for sure. Halo music is up there as well. Halo music is pretty much the most legendary music of all time. I'm very weird when it comes to music. I don't really have like specific bands that I listen to that much. I guess what I like is YouTube music. I know it's a really weird answer, but I don't really ever go on Spotify or go on iTunes to listen to music. I normally, when I listen to something, I go on YouTube and I search a song that I found, or I search like a very small artist that basically has no exposure at all, and I listen to their music. I listen to just all kinds of different stuff from different communities out there, and I don't know, I'm weird. Like I said before, I'm really weird. Logan has two questions. What is your highest round on zombies ever, and who inspired you to start making videos? Well, my highest round on zombies ever is round 74, I believe, on Kino der Toten. That's usually what I tell everybody. Back when I was like 12 or whatever, when Black Ops 1 came out, I remember, just playing Kino der Toten so much, and back then, there wasn't even any other map on the game yet, besides 5, of course, but I just remember going to a very, very high round, getting around 74, just training on the stage, getting the M16 upgraded, getting ammo for it, and just running around in a circle with a thunder gun on the stage. And I just remember that was my highest round on any map ever. I got to round 60 on Mob of the Dead. I got to round 51 on Buried. as well. And those are like my highest rounds that I remember off the top of my head. I might have gotten to some other high rounds on some other maps in Black Ops 3. I don't really remember. It's one of those things where I don't really go for high rounds too much at all anymore, because it just takes so much time. I feel like it just takes so long to really, you know, roundhouse and train or just use a lightning bow. I just get bored really easily with that. And for now, Zombies has just been more about the storyline for me and just playing the map for fun than it is for going in for a high round. Does that make sense? I don't know. I've just kind of changed over time of how I play Zombies. As for your next question, who inspired you to start making videos? This is a really weird one. It's a really weird story, but back in the days of Call of Duty 4, this was before World at War even came out. I have no idea how old I was at the time. This was in the days of like the Halo 3 era and the COD 4 era. This was before Zombies really. And I just remember there was this guy and his name was RSG Killzone. I tried looking up his channel, or I tried looking up his account of any website to see if I could find this guy's videos, because I'm in them. I was in one. And I can't find anything now. They must have all been deleted. But basically, this guy, RSG Killzone, I will never forget his name because he was like the first YouTuber guy I ever saw in my life. And I just remember being a squeaker, and I was so excited to be in one of his skit videos in Call of Duty 4. And we made this video, and it was sort of like, it was called Call of Duty 4 Behind the Scenes, What You Don't See in Call of Duty 4. It's basically like one of those parody things where it's like, we're sort of like acting like the soldiers and we don't know what we're doing or whatever. And it was just a bunch of us, basically kids. And Killzone, I remember he wasn't a kid, but he was just recording us with his little Dazzle capture card or whatever. But we were all on the bus on Bog, if you guys remember that map from Call of Duty 4. We were all on the bus. I just remember we were just singing like 99 bottles of beer on the wall and stuff. And like we were just singing and just going crazy. It's like literally like the most cringiest thing you'll ever see. And we would like teleport to another map where the bus was, because that bus was on different maps. It was on Crossfire as well, I think. Whatever that map was called. I think it was called Crossfire. I don't know. But basically the gist of it was I was just really excited to be a part of this guy's videos. And it was like skit videos. I just thought it was so cool, like making a skit on a game. That was like the coolest thing. And that's how YouTube actually pretty much started. You know, in terms of gaming, that's what started. Halo 3 had all these skit videos, all these machinimas. Remember, machinima used to be a thing, and we had Call of Duty 4 skits as well. And that video was completely cringe. It did not get popular at all. I think it only had like 100 views or something, but it was just so cool to just be considered on a video somewhere and just be considered in a video on the internet. And I just remember wanting to do that. I just remember wanting to be a guy who made those types of videos, and that's what I did actually, and that's actually how I started this channel. I started this channel in about 2009, and that is when I got a capture card of my own. I basically tried to do everything that guy did, and I wanted to make my own skit videos. I wanted to make skit videos on Halo 3. I wanted to make skit videos on Call of Duty. I made a video, if you look on my channel, there's a video titled How to Tell If You're a Noob in Black Ops 1. If you search that on my channel, it's one of the most cringiest videos on the entire planet, but it has 60-something thousand views or something. I don't know how it has so many views. I don't know how, but it's literally just me and my friends as squeakers. DC is a squeaker in that video. It's just us it's just such a dumb video, oh my god. But it's really just like a skit video. It's just one giant skit video that's just absolutely cringe. And that's basically why I started doing YouTube. I just wanted to make funny videos like that and entertain people. But they were garbage, absolutely garbage. But that's why I started, and that's, yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. That's just what I wanted to do when I first started. The inspiration for, you know, my channel wasn't Zombies originally. It was more just having a fun time and just making skit videos of me and my friends. That's how it started out on this channel. Patty says, what is your favorite film/TV series? That's a good question. That's a very good question. I have a lot. Recently, in like the past 2 years, I've been watching a lot of shows. I started watching, I think the first real show that I got into is Lost. Lost is probably my favorite show of all time that I've ever watched. It pretty much, like, I don't know what it was about that show, from just beginning to the end, the journey of that show. Like, I just remember the last episode of that show, and no spoilers if you're watching Lost. This isn't a spoiler at all. I was actually just crying. Like, I was crying during the last episode, not even just because of sad things, but more the fact that the show was ending. Like, I was just crying, and I don't know why. And that show, you guys are probably cringing in the comments. I'm sorry. But that show, for some reason, it just like really hit me hard as a person. And I personally feel like Lost is the best TV show of all time. But I will say this, there's a couple of other shows that I watched. I've watched Breaking Bad. I loved Breaking Bad to death. And there's actually a scene in that show as well where they reference Nazi zombies in World at War, which is crazy to even think that. I've also watched some of House of Cards. I haven't watched the new season of House of Cards yet. And I'll also watch Arrow and The Flash. And the other sort of CW shows that are superhero shows. I watch Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, and yeah, I also watch Game of Thrones, so I'm caught up with Game of Thrones, and I really like Game of Thrones. But my favorite current show going on right now, well, it's been off, for the season. The season ended a couple of months ago, but my favorite show that's still, running as a show and hasn't been canceled yet is The 100. Like, seriously, if you have not watched The 100, watch The 100. It's one of the most underrated shows I've ever seen in my entire life. It's on the CW, and it should be on Netflix. I think the first 2 seasons are on Netflix for anybody who wants to check it out. But it's a show about basically 100 years after a nuclear catastrophe on the planet, and the last remnants of humanity are on this ark that's just in space, right? And they have to send basically 100 kids down to the Earth for reasons to see if the Earth is inhabitable finally. And that's basically the premise of the show, is these 100 kids have to survive on the planet. It starts out very stereotypical, and it seems like a very, very teen drama-esque TV show, and it seems very cringy at some points in the first few episodes, but I swear to anyone, if you give that show 4 episodes, out of nowhere, it just completely changes. Like, some of the characters that start out in that show that look all pretty and look just like complete stereotypes 100% are like, masked, like warriors. They're like masked warriors in season 2. Like, that show is awesome. Like, it's great. It's like my second Lost, right? And I recommend that show to anybody. That's like my, that's like my personal favorite show right now. And I don't want to see it canceled at all. We are right now going into season 4, which starts in January, which I'm very excited for. And I got DC and basically all my friends to watch the show as well. And I just love that show to death, man. It's just awesome. Dimitri says, question, do you like working with Lex, and how has working with him been like? By the way, congrats, bro. Thank you, Dimitri. It means a lot, man. But all right, this is gonna be hard to do. It's gonna be hard to talk about. But Lex, if you're watching this, you're awesome, man. Like, you really, really are. I don't know exactly like how it's possible that Lex is so humble, but he is. Like, he's a really humble guy. Like, I hope you guys understand that. There's not too many YouTubers out there that have almost 1 million subs who talk to you on that same level, like you have the same amount of subs as them. You know what I mean? Like, he talks to his fans, he talks to, other YouTubers, he talks to everybody in the same way. And you can tell that Lex is not the guy who's just in it for money. You know what I mean? You can tell that he's in it for just having fun. You can definitely tell that in his videos. Like, he's just totally enjoying himself in every single video that he makes. And he's a lot of fun to work with. He really, really is. I really enjoyed every single time we've recorded. It's a blast. Like, it really, really is. And it's not just like a recording and then we're done. Usually what happens, I either call Lex or he calls me, like, at whatever time we were supposed to record. And then what usually ends up happening is, just because we talk so much about YouTube and just YouTube analytics and just the state of YouTube and just what's been going on in the zombies community lately, we talk about so much random crap and just talk about life at some instances before we start recording that sometimes we wait too long to start recording, and it's just so late. That's why some of our videos were just delirious in them, because we waited so long to record, because we were just talking, because it's just, he's a fun guy to talk to. He really, really is, and you can pretty much talk about anything with him and he'll listen. He's a really fun guy. Like, he really, really is. And I'm not trying to say it's just to be like, overly nice or anything. Like, I'm dead serious, guys. Like, he's a very nice guy. At least he has been to me, and it's honestly a very awesome thing that he's like, reached out to me and wanted to make videos with me. Like, that means the world to me. I think another thing I like about Lex is just how much, like, you can tell he loves the zombies community and even the smaller guys out there as well. He loves, like, meeting new people and trying to make videos with new people. And just, if you can tell on his channel lately, he's been bringing a bunch of new guys on his channel a lot and just featuring a lot of smaller guys. And it's a really awesome thing to see. Like, it really, really is. And it's just crazy to me that he used to watch my videos like 1 or 2 years ago, and I used to like almost not fanboy over the fact that he would comment, but I'd just be like, oh god, Lex commented on my video. I didn't even know he watches my videos. And I would just see him comment something saying like, this is the best video I've seen all week and stuff like that. You know how Lex talks. And it's just kind of crazy to think that it's gone from that sort of like, you know, acquaintanceship or whatever to now like making videos together, and it's just been a lot of fun. Like it's a lot of fun. I think the videos are so much fun, and from what Lex tells me, remember that time when it's one of his favorite videos to make? They just take forever, and I hope he doesn't get burnt out on making them because they're a lot of fun, and I hope we can continue going forward. I really, really wish we can keep going because there's so many things we could do with things people say. There's so many things we can do with Remember That Time When as well. It's just a lot. There's so many things, and I don't know, he's a good guy. He really is, guys. Don't think he's not. LSJ Buchanan says, what games do you play outside of COD Zombies? This is an interesting one because it's kind of really sad to say this, but I feel like I don't really play video games as much as I used to because I spend more time making videos about video games than actually playing them. Like I honestly feel like I spend more time playing or making videos about zombies than just playing zombies, which is really, really sad actually. But in terms of the other games that I've liked over the years and that I'm a big fan of, Halo is a huge thing. Like, I'm a huge Halo fan, and I have been for a very, very long time. Halo 3 was my first online video game I ever played, and it's just, it will always have a special place in my heart. And I personally feel like Halo 3 is the best video game of all time, like hands down. That game lived on for like 4 years, basically, and it just had the best. Like, it had the best community, you had custom games, you had Forge, just that game in general, like it had theater mode. The stuff that Halo 3 had, Call of Duty basically has copied over the years because of how good Halo 3 was. Halo 3 used to be the big dog, and then Call of Duty became the big dog after that. But it's just really weird to think back on how gaming has changed so much since then. And in terms of the other games that I like, I'm a really big Sonic fan, and you guys probably already know that if you've heard the background music to all my videos on this channel. I think pretty much every single video that I make, maybe even this video at this exact moment, has Sonic music in the background, which is kind of funny actually. But why not use Sonic music? I mean, it's so good. Why not use it? It's a part of my childhood, and it's just fun to hear, and I don't know, I like Sonic music a lot. I love Sonic games. I played every single Sonic game pretty much of all time, and I'm really excited for the 25th anniversary Sonic game, which is going to be announced actually in like 10 days, which is crazy. I'm really excited for that. And other than Sonic, I'm looking at my wall over here of all my games. I love Battlefield. I love all the Battlefield games pretty much. I didn't really like Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline too much, but I'm a huge fan of like Bad Company 2. The Bad Companies were my favorite. I love Borderlands and Borderlands 2. I love Skate 3 back in the day. Me and DC used to play it all the time. I love Gears of War. I love pretty much every single Call of Duty game except Ghosts and MW3. There's so many games I like. I love the Command and Conquer series. If you guys have ever played an RTS game before, that's what Command and Conquer is. I love Kane's Wrath and Red Alert 3, those types of games. What else? I like Titanfall. Titanfall's okay. I've played a lot of games. Oh, another big one, Assassin's Creed. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan as well. I haven't really liked the direction of the series though and where it's been heading. And I didn't play Syndicate. And I didn't play Unity because Unity was so buggy and glitchy that I just didn't want to play it. And I was just kind of mad at Assassin's Creed because Assassin's Creed used to be one of my favorite series, and they sort of just basically cashed in on it at this point and ruined the storyline that they had in the modern day with Desmond and everything. But they've been taking their time off this year, and they're not making an Assassin's Creed game this year, which is great. It's actually a very good sign. So I'm hoping that the next Assassin's Creed game that comes out next year is really, really good. I'm really hoping on that. And also the Assassin's Creed movie, can't wait for that. I love the Fallout series, I love Skyrim, I love Tomb Raider, I love Far Cry. I'm just going down the list here. I love the Crysis games. I've played a lot of games. Like, I've probably played pretty much every game that's probably your guys' favorite, I would assume. Like, I've played a lot of the mainstream games pretty much. There's really not too many more I can see here, like Portal, Bioshock. I've played all those. I love them all. I love games. I love them. I just haven't had time to play a lot lately, and there hasn't really been a lot of good ones lately. It's basically been crap. I mean, The Division was basically like a rushed out piece of garbage. No offense to anybody who loves that game, but I hated that game so much. It was so rushed and so downgraded beyond belief. But just games lately in general just haven't been as good as they used to be, and I don't know why. But for the most part, though, I just stick with COD Zombies, Halo. I play Halo 5 a lot still. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it for all the games on the list here. Jared says, what do you think was the most overrated zombies map? This is a pretty good one. I gotta think about this for a sec. I would probably have to say, this is gonna hurt so many people's feelings. Oh no. Oh no. Either Kino or Ascension. Probably Ascension. I feel like Ascension was very, very overrated. Ascension was fun. It was an awesome map. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't bad at all. It was a great map. It introduced my favorite perk, Stamina, was introduced on that map. But I feel like a lot of people would always choose like playing Ascension over something like Shangri-La or over something like Call of the Dead. And I'm not sure why, because it's one of those things where like I've always been the guy to go for those hard zombie maps. Like I love the harder maps. And I just never have the drive to say, oh, I want to play Ascension, because I know exactly what I'm going to do every single time I play the map. You're going to go to the Lunar Lander by PhD Flopper, and you're going to train there with your Thunder Gun. And you might use the traps if it's a very high round, but that's what you do every single time you play that map, and then defend Jug when the monkeys come. There's not really any strategy to the map. That's literally what you do every single game, and I guess I'm the type of guy who likes playing maps differently a lot, and when you don't have that, you know, standard every time of playing the map the same way, I just like maps more that way. Does that make sense? That probably made no sense at all, but I just think Ascension's a little overrated just because I feel like it's a little too easy. That's basically my viewpoint pretty much. Almost Funny says, what made you want to make zombies videos? And this kind of links with that other comment about talking about like where my channel started from and who inspired me to start making videos. I had originally, when I started this channel, like I said before, I started as like a skit channel. Like I wanted to make skit videos of me and my friends, and it sort of, you know, it evolved from making skits on Halo to Call of Duty, and then back to Halo, and just kind of different stuff. I don't know, different types of games at some points. Just a bunch of weird things, a bunch of funny moments types of videos that are really, really bad. Don't go watch them. Please don't. They're probably private anyways. But the main reason why I wanted to start making zombie videos is pretty much because I loved the mysteriousness of zombies. Like I loved that I had this really big fascination of the zombie storyline. Like I just love the fact that they didn't tell us everything, and that just made me want to make videos. It made me want to sit down in front of a mic and talk about these secrets, and talk about the next map, and talk about the clues that I might have found on some poster or something. You know what I mean? Like that was my original reasoning for doing zombie videos. It was just really fun to theorize about stuff. And when I first started making zombie videos, that's what I did. I made a lot of theories about zombies, and then I made a bunch of, you know, I did some funny moments with me and my friends. We had something called Late Night Zombies that we used to do back in the Mob of the Dead days. But I love that so much. I just love the like, I don't know what it is about zombies, man. There's just something about zombies. There's nothing else like it at all. It's gonna be so sad when the storyline's over, but there's nothing else like it. Like there really isn't. There's nothing else that has that same feeling of the zombie storyline, and hunting down the Easter egg and finding the clues, you know, for the storyline, and then finding these ciphers, and just, I don't know, it just really made me want to make videos about it at the time, and it just sort of became my passion. You know, was just talking about zombies, talking about the zombie storyline, and just talking about what's to come, and that's just sort of how my channel's evolved over time, and now it's just more about having fun with it before it ends. Deserted says, JC, first off, I want to say congratulations on reaching 50K. It's a really big amount of people if you think about it. Thank you so much, Deserted. I wanted to ask you, what are your plans after BO3 comes to an end or gets boring? All right, so a lot of people ask me this a lot. The thing is though, I don't really know. I don't really know. I feel like we definitely are gonna make Infinite Warfare zombie videos at some point, even though it pains me to say that. But I feel like, you know, that's where the community's gonna sort of go. I feel like the community is gonna go in that vibe of custom zombies mixed with Infinite Warfare zombies when they announce new things for Infinite Warfare zombies, and then also, you know, the next zombie installments in Call of Duty. I'm not entirely sure if I'll stick around in the zombies community forever, or if I want to do some other things yet. I really just don't know. I won't really know until we get there to that point. But as of right now, I still have that mindset that zombies can possibly, the community can possibly live on past Black Ops 3. But the more I've talked to other people about it, the more I've talked to Lex about it as well, we also had that mindset as well that this is probably the last you know, high point of zombies, and after this it's only a downhill slope, and we're not totally sure on that, but I don't want that to happen. I wish I could just cover zombies forever, but there probably will be a change at some point. There probably will be. I don't know what it would be though. I just really don't. I don't at this point. But we'll see though, we'll see. Munib, I think I said that right, says, are you sexually, oh no, attracted to Lex? I don't know how to respond to this one. I'm attracted to that forehead though. Graceland says, what is your favorite superhero? This is probably gonna be a really weird answer, but my favorite superhero is Raven from Teen Titans. I don't know why she's my favorite, she just is, and her whole line of like Azeroth, Metreon, Zinthos or whatever, that was probably the cringiest thing you've heard today as well.
Let's just finish this. Azeroth, Metreon, Zinthos!
But I just really loved her character, and I loved Teen Titans so much as a kid, and I just thought she was really cool, and I love her powers and stuff, and I really like the fact that she's sort of, I don't know, she's sort of like, she was a demon or whatever. It sounds really weird. It sounds like I'm a really edgy kid, but I'm not, I promise. But she was like a demon, but she was like a good demon, right? Like she'd fight back against her father and stuff, who was basically like the devil. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just search Raven from Teen Titans on YouTube. She's a pretty cool character. She's voiced by Tara Strong, which is an awesome voice actor as well. And I don't know, Raven's my favorite. In terms of like live action superheroes that I've watched in terms of shows, I don't really know if I have a, you know, like a favorite. I guess from like the TV shows that I watch, Oliver or The Arrow is my favorite, even though Arrow's kind of sucked lately in terms of the actual show, but I just thought he was really cool. Other than that, in terms of like movie superheroes, I like Batman a lot. I still like Batman a lot. I think he's like my favorite, you know, big screen superhero for sure. I love The Dark Knight Rises. I don't know why everybody hated that movie, but love The Dark Knight. I think they're both amazing. Probably the two best superhero movies of all time, I think, is The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. And I don't know, I like Marvel too. I like a lot, honestly. I like a lot of superhero movies. They're a lot of fun. They really are. Jarrett says, your channel should be up there with Noah J and Dalek. To be honest, it's just as good. Thank you so much, Jarrett. That means a lot, man. But the question you have is, where are you going to college and what are you majoring in? Also, are you ever going to play with Noah and them? I don't know if I'll ever be able to play with Noah and some of the other guys. It'd be really cool to meet them. I haven't personally ever talked to them before. I really, in terms of like big YouTubers, I've only ever talked to Pat and Lex, more so Lex. I barely have ever really talked to Pat that much at all. But in terms of your other question, I'm going to Auburn University, War Eagle. I know you guys have probably seen me wearing like a War Eagle shirt at some point on this channel recently. And I'm gonna be majoring in media studies, which is pretty cool. It's basically around the same subject that I do right now as my job, which is YouTube. So that's really cool that I'm majoring in something that I already really like, and I hope that goes well. I really, really hope so. I'm gonna be going up there with DC and a couple of my other friends, and we're gonna be in an apartment, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the future holds. It's actually a month from now. I'm leaving in a month, which is crazy to even think about, but I'll have to leave JCbackfire, no. Oh my god, it's Obi-Wan says, do you play any instruments? If you don't, what instrument would you like to play? Okay, I don't play any instruments. I know that's really sad because my dad plays the guitar and stuff, but if I could learn an instrument, I think it would either be the guitar like my dad plays or the piano. I think the piano would be very, very cool to learn, and I think the guitar would be very, very cool to learn as well, so you could, like, you know, play the guitar for them ladies, you know what I'm saying? Other than that though, I don't really know. I've never really been an instrument guy, but it would be cool to learn how to play something. Maybe like the harmonica or something, that'd be fun. But my dad could play the harmonica. He probably could. Serum says, what mic do you have? I use a Rode NT1A. That's what I use, and I've been using for the past year and a half now. I think it's been something like that. I've been using it for a very, very long time, and it's a great microphone. Of course, though, you have to wear, you know, like some other, you know, earbuds or something, so that way you don't get the feedback in when you're playing with other people. But it's a very good podcasting microphone. It's very good quality. It costs a lot though, but it was definitely worth it. And that's what I use. And then of course I use other programs and stuff to, you know, flesh out the vocals some more. But I use a Rode NT1A. All right, guys, so now on to the final question. This one comes from Mike, and he says, what has been the hardest part of YouTube? And I wanted to make this the last comment because this one's very, very important to me. I think there's two definite things that have been the hardest in terms of YouTube for me. And I think one of those is just the amount of time it takes. YouTube is something that you can't just go into it and say, okay, I'm gonna upload almost never or upload whenever I can. You have to go into it being organized. And I fail at that a lot. I really do. I fail at uploading a lot of the time. And it sucks because I honestly feel like the only way to grow on YouTube is, honestly guys, I swear to you, you have to be consistent and you have to have good quality. Good quality is the most important thing, but if you're not consistent with it, it doesn't matter anyways, because of course, I guess people could watch and then just guess when you're gonna upload again, but if you're, leaving YouTube constantly, you're not gonna gain an audience that way. So you have to use a lot of your time. You have to use as much free time as you possibly can manage, and then you also have to lose sleep at some points. You have to, sacrifice a lot in your personal life to do this, this little thing called YouTube, and it's really hard to kind of explain that life, I guess, of doing YouTube, but I guess somebody like DC or one of my friends could probably better explain a side to it as well, because they're always trying to invite me to go do stuff with them, and a lot of times I can't because I gotta make a video or I gotta stream or I gotta, do stuff like that. Like, it's also really hard to know when things exactly are releasing. So like, say for instance, like DLC 3, we didn't know when it was coming out, right? And originally, I don't know if this map is gonna come out in June or if it's gonna come out in July. And I think I've talked about this before. And it's one of those things where I'm not even sure if I should go on vacation or if I should go on a family trip, because I don't wanna miss out on, playing this map and uploading it for my channel, because it is my job. I have to do that. It's something that I have to do for my channel, and it's something that I wanna do. It's, something I've been waiting for a lot, and DLC 3 is definitely, like, out of the 4 times in the year, I want to be home for at least those 4 days when the DLC launches. And it kind of sucks that I don't have a definite time at some points. So I'm always that guy who's saying, oh, I don't know if I can do that. A DLC might come out. I don't know if I can, go that day, because I just really don't know if something's going to get released. I don't know. And it's one of those things where you have to make sacrifices like that, and it just kind of sucks, and you just kind of have to live with it. But that's definitely one thing. The sacrifices you have to make in terms of time and just being at home a lot to make videos is definitely one hard part about YouTube. It's really hard to do it with school too. It's very, very hard to do. Now, like I was saying, there's also a second thing that makes it very, very hard. And I think this one, it hits home to me a lot because it's been very challenging in the past to overcome some of this. But one thing that's definitely very, very hard about YouTube is dealing with hate, like dealing with just outright hate, dealing with trolls, dealing with just people who just want to do nothing but put you down. And constructive criticism is one thing. I'm openly fine with constructive criticism, like I want to see people, giving me feedback on stuff that I'm making, but just the people that just have nothing better to do in their day but hate on your video and just try to put you down to like the lowest extent, that's the part that's really hard to overcome, because especially if you're a small channel as well and you don't have enough support to balance that hate out, you're gonna feel very, very sad. Like, it's something that just everybody has to face at some point on YouTube, and you're just gonna have to figure out a way to ignore it. It's very, very hard to do. I think it was about a year ago, or whenever we had around 3,000 subscribers, I basically got attacked on my channel by a group of friends or whatever. They're not my friends, a group of somebody else's friends, and they attacked my channel, and they were just saying that my channel's a joke, that my channel wasn't going to go anywhere, that my channel was never going to, be successful at all. And I quote, one of them actually said, when they were talking to my friend, and my friend was, trying to defend me and say, stop putting JC down. He did nothing, mean to you guys. Why are you guys doing this to him? One of the guys actually said, we can't put him down any farther. He's already as low as success gets. Like, somebody actually said that, about me. And I never said anything mean to these people. I never said anything harmful to them. I never insulted them. Heck, I didn't even really talk to them. It was more like they just made fun of me out of the blue and said that my channel was as low as success gets and that I deserved to be put down like that. And that was just something that I'll never forget, in this experience of owning this channel. And looking back on it now, I really wish I could talk to those people now, because we're at 50,000 subscribers now, and it felt really, really good to hit that number. And I think when I hit 50,000 subscribers, I tweeted that same person saying, is this successful enough for you? And that felt really, really good. It felt really, really good. And It's just something that you're gonna have to get past if you do YouTube. You're just gonna have to get past all the haters. You're gonna have to get past all the people who want to put you down because they're either A, they're jealous. They're jealous because for some reason they just, I don't know, they just get jealous over the fact that maybe some people could possibly watch someone's videos that they personally don't like. Or it's B, they aren't jealous and they just have nothing better to do with their life at that time but to put someone down over the internet so they can hide behind a computer and just see the results of them insulting somebody. And that's just horrible to even think about, that there's actual people that do that. But I will say this, okay? Don't ever listen to people like that, okay? Don't ever listen to somebody. If you have 500 subscribers, let's just say you have 500 subscribers right now. If you have 500 subscribers and you're watching this video, if you've ever gotten somebody that says, okay, your channel's garbage, this is absolutely stupid, why are you making a video about this? You're never gonna go anywhere, your channel's horrible, you're as low as success gets, you're never gonna be successful. Just know that people have told other people that same stuff. And some of the time, those same people that were told that they would never be successful now have 1 million subscribers, okay? There's always a chance to prove those people wrong. Don't just 100% believe what somebody says on the internet. Don't just 100% take what some troll is saying on the internet for the truth, because it's probably not the truth, honestly. It probably isn't. And I know I talked about this a lot, but it's just very important to me, and I just hope you guys understand that. It's just, YouTube is a very hard place. It's a very hostile place, especially now. There's a lot of drama going on now, and there's just a lot of hate going back and forth on this website. But I hope that this channel doesn't really have as much of that anymore as it used to, and I hope that we just have a happy place here and we can all just have fun and talk about zombies and just have fun doing it. But that's just something that everybody's just gotta, get past when you're doing YouTube. You gotta ignore the hate, just do your thing and just have fun doing it and just stay optimistic about the future. And that's the key. It's the key, my friends. It's the key. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but this has been me, JC. I hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A, guys. That was a lot of questions. That was a super, super long video. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. It could be an hour long, actually. I'm not entirely sure, but this should be a pretty long video for you guys to watch if you're waiting for DLC 3 to come out. Around this time. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. I cannot wait, guys. Thank you so much. Like, honestly, thank you guys so much just for everything. Like, we're at 50,000 subscribers. Almost, actually no, by the time I'm recording this video, let's face it, we're about at 60,000 subscribers, and I can't believe that. Like, it's just crazy to me. I still can't believe that. We only have 2 more maps left to experience on this channel together, and it's just mind-boggling to me. It really, really is. So again, just honestly, thank you guys so much. Thank you to all of you who submitted a question. I'm sorry I couldn't answer them all, but again, we would literally be here all day if I just kept answering questions. But again, you guys know if I could, I would try my hardest to get every one of you guys in one of these videos, but it's just, that would be impossible. I can't do that. So that's it. That's the end of the 50K celebrations. We've had a 50K live stream. We've had an open lobby. We've had a Q&A special that's probably like an hour long at this point. We've had a 50K hype video, a montage sort of thing. I've done a lot of things for 50K, and it's really cool to see this as sort of like the final chapter for 50K. We're going into DLC 3, and this is the new start of the next chapter of this channel, and I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. I'm excited to stream. If you guys didn't know that already, I will be streaming DLC 3 from the very launch of the map to basically whenever. I don't know how long I'll be streaming, but it should be a very, very long time, and hopefully I can play with Lex some and some other guys as well. And it's just gonna be a lot of fun, like I said before. And again, I can't wait for the future, man. It's gonna be great. Like, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where, like, I'm kind of going blind into all this stuff because I want to do things differently now. I don't want to do guides anymore. I want to just do more, entertaining stuff and more just having fun times, I guess. It's kind of like fun, to see what's gonna happen, because I only have a month left at this house before I go to college, and then that's it, and then we'll see what happens from there. And I'm excited for the future. I really am. And again, I can't thank you guys enough. You guys, I've said it like a broken record at this point on this channel. You guys already know. It means a lot to me. It really, really does. And I can't wait. I can't wait for everything. So again, it's been me, JC, and may we meet again, my friends.